whether it's in AP or throughout the country, only 4 snakes are mainly responsible for people who are bitten and die of snake bites. And these are the spectacle cobra, the common Indian crate, the Russell's viper, and the saw-scaled viper. Spectacle cobra, I think a lot of people will be aware of this. Whenever you startle it, it raises its hood, and it's pretty much trademark of the cobra. It's got what you call a neurotoxic venom along with the common Indian crate. Both are elapids, and this kind of venom, what it does is cuts off all your senses, and the nervous system does not really work properly, so it does not send messages to your brain, and that's pretty much a way of death that happens to a victim. Russell viper is fairly common in the city. You might get them in Jubilee Hills, Miapur, and fair decently forested areas with a lot of vegetation. Not so much in the heart of the city, but get it towards the outskirts. Well, if your house is if you're fairly dirty or untidy, that's enough for it, because that's enough for a rat to go get into your house. And that's good enough reason for any snake, not just a cobra, to get into your house. Saw-scaled vipers, they're not at all found in the city. You get them in the villages and all. The habitat is more suited for it. And because of the medical facilities being far off for the people who live there, it's that much more dangerous. In terms of the strength of its venom, it is the most venomous snake in the country. 16 times at least more poisonous than a cobra. And the thing with it is you don't get any symptoms. So that's why many people die at night when they sleep.
Rat snake, Telugulo Jaripot antaru, and it's totally a non-venomous and a harmless snake. Whenever people come across the snake, the first instant would take it as expert rat killer. The name only suggests that it's an expert rat killer. Non-venomous snake, a baby python. Snake which can grow up to a length of 22 to 25 feet. Generally people mistake this snake as a Russell's viper. As in a Russell's viper, you can see the big blotches, and whereas in this thing it's continuous patches.
How to identify a poisonous snake? Identifying a snake by its scale. If it's a small belly scale, then it's a non-poisonous snake. Narrow belly scale, then it's a non-poisonous snake too. Horizontal scales reaching up to the dorsal side, then it may be poisonous. Identifying a snake by its head. Small scales on a more or less triangular shaped head, then it is a viper, a very poisonous snake. Pits near the nostrils, then it is a viper, extremely poisonous. Large shields on the head, then it may or may not be poisonous. Poisonous, non-poisonous. Identifying a snake by its jaw scales. Third supralabial shield touches the eye and the nostrils, then it is poisonous. If it has vertebral scales, then it is a poisonous snake. If the infralabials are large, then it is poisonous.
People started a couple of months back. I guess it got registered in March, but we are working from this this new year, so Jan 22nd can say. I had a concept of conservation of animals and all, so we thought why not to go with an organization which can gather like-minded people together and work in collaboration with other NGOs to have it fulfilled. So conservation of animal was something which was on my mind, so I started the NGO. It has been amazing, I got a very good team, and we got good support from other NGOs like Snake Cell,
as well as the forest department. So that's been amazing, you know. Yes, I can say, you know, it's all because of lack of awareness and people encroaching into, you know, their enclosure basically. So,
You know, our activities are based on Hyderabad and Secunderabad largely. So we basically cover every part of the twin cities. You know, Banjara, Jubilee Hills, all the way to Gachibowli. You name it, you know, we get a rescue from there.
I guess
Look, majority of them, I'd say 60% or thereabouts are rat snakes, and the majority of the remaining percentage would be cobras. Wherever it is, the nearest person will be there within, let's say, maximum 15-20 minutes. Per day, it's like 2 to 3, and in a week, it can easily be up to 10 or so. I've been in the field since '04, and I joined the group just last year. And I feel this is one of the more dedicated and, you know, genuine organizations, I can say for sure. Pretty much a dangerous job. It's not a joke. It's not a circus. You know, you're putting your life on the line, and wearing boots or anything all of that sort, you know, it can only reduce the risk, but there's no chance that you can ever get bitten by these stuff. The first one was actually a rather easy one. Actually, it was one in Banjara Hills. It was a rat snake in a bathroom basically. It didn't, you know, put up a fuss about it. It was actually pretty easy. I think it's rather, it should be somewhat obvious thing because
lack of awareness again.
lack of awareness, yes, but you know, with population explosion happening, you know, we're taking away more and more of the habitation, and obviously snakes will get into your house. So that's actually the main thing. And yes, then comes the lack of awareness.
And the wildlife, so I can say, you know, I mean, awareness is something which is really lacking. So people should, you know, get more knowledge about animals, and you know, they should think about it as a part of an ecosystem, not like something, you know, a war between a man and an animal or something like that. Conserve wildlife is like only thing.
I don't think any reason is good enough to justify giving a physical form to your fear that, you know, you go and kill so and so animal just because you're scared. I mean, look, I can say I'm scared of somebody, and do I go kill him? Is it justified? It's just simple as that. You don't go around doing such things.
And thank you then.
That's welcome.